In the Zone!
Hey man, In the Zone is Wired. Our cyber-based segment will plug you in and make your favorite baseball fantasy come true.
Welcome to Fantasy Island. Want to have dinner with Tommy Lasorda? Play wiffle ball with Lenny Dykstra? Arm wrestle with Frank Thomas? Who knows what might happen? Because your dream is our reality.
In the Zone, a baseball show for the Fox generation. In the Zone, Saturday following Fox Kids.
In the Zone!
Frank Thomas, the Big Hurt.
Nails it to deep left.
Barry Bonds.
Get out of here.
Ken Griffey Jr.
Gone. Holy cow.
Albert Bell.
That's it. That's it. Hey.
Major League Baseball Home Video presents Super Sluggers. All of Major League Baseball's big boys of bash come out swinging in this power-packed new video. You'll meet the meat of the order and marvel at their majestic home run heroics. Then you'll hear their secrets of success.
Well, you tipping the scales at about 275, 290, 275. You get on the scale, they say please, one at a time.
Junior, you are indeed unbelievable.
It's gone. Halfway up in the blue seats.
It is long gone. A three-run homer by Bell. Cubs win. Cubs win. Holy cow. The Red Sox win it in the bottom of the ninth. Homer Bonds, tie game. Oh, my. Woo. He buried it. He buried it. What a blast.
Put it on the board. Yeah.
What a finish. Wow.
Look at Mark Fidrich now. Each time he gets the ball back, you'll see him mumble a couple of words to the ball.
The first man ever to pitch 5 career no-hitters.
Touch 'em all, Joe.
I don't believe what I just saw.
And it's another chance for Mitchell, and he makes a bare-handed catch. Ricky goes, a pitch taken, he's going to have it. Leaps high in the air, and he's got it. An incredible catch by the kid.
And let it be said that number 8, Cal Ripken Jr., has reached the unreachable star.
The fine art of fielding a baseball. Sometimes they catch it.
Swing and a one-hop shot. Diving play by Ozzie. Long throw, you wouldn't believe it.
Sometimes they drop it.
It is off his head and over the top.
This Week in Baseball celebrates its 20th season with unforgettable great plays and bloopers.
This is baseball, Major League Baseball. And this is Mel Allen.
This is how we looked 20 years ago when This Week in Baseball made its debut. Where were you 20 years ago?
20 years ago, I think I started to watch This Week in Baseball.
Watching you guys every Saturday, watching Twib.
Seeing Ozzie Smith make a great play, or Alan Trammell, or somebody like that.
Listening to Mel Allen.
I didn't miss it. I could do a Mel Allen imitation.
President trying to get it. Man alive, how about that?
Great plays and bloopers quickly became our trademark. So get ready for the most unforgettable from 20 years of This Week in Baseball. But although we're anxious for the action to begin, things often come up that make this impossible. Unforeseen delays. Those little and big things that make patience a virtue.
We have time called because a clown has been locked onto the field.
This is not a part of the act either, folks.
There we go.
Foul to the screen, and the sprinklers come on here.
He obviously scratched the attendant. And finally, another attendant picks it up, and the attendant that got scratched just...
Oh, he's in pain. Look at him.
Boy, that cat is mad, and he got rid of him.
Tough little guy.
Ferocious cats, relentless gnats. Most anything can stifle bats.
Tough to hit when everything around you was going psst, 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 psst. Who would have ever thought a game would be delayed due to bugs?
How do you get the attention of Mike Sims? Simple. Put a bug in his ear.
What in the world happened to Mike Sims? Maybe a bug flew in there. Sims looks like he's hurting a little bit.
He really does.
It was a bug. Well, we've seen it all now. I tell you what. It's a live moth.
What's the matter with Johnson? Got a toothache or something. Wait a minute, he lost a tooth. He lost a tooth. The legend of Randy Johnson.
He throws so hard that his teeth out.
Oh, that hurts, doesn't it? Well, quit doing it then.
Still watching? Good. Tommy Lasorda has caused a few delays in his time, and so, it turns out, have his players.
Let's go. Santiago and the plate umpire Joe West waiting for him. And West is saying, throw the ball. So Joe's putting a little heat on Mondesi. Look at this. How do you like that? Strike. And he hadn't come up to the plate yet.
In this game, players very quickly learned their lesson.
Carr fouled out in the first inning, and he had better get up there. Yeah, look at that look. Chuck Carr, the big grin, saying, I'm coming, I'm coming.
But enough delays. Let's play ball. And as we've seen throughout the years, nobody plays it any better than the Lords of the Infield, the Gloved Ones, featuring some of the greatest infield plays in 20 years of TWIP.
Look at this. It is called by Bordick.
Stopped by Gallego to Kelly, a barehand pickup, a double play.
And he hits it hard. Walt Weiss knocks it down, goes to second, on to first. What a play!
Sharply hit toward the hole. Fernandez, the off-balance throw. They got him.
Number down the third baseline, backhanded by Paz. He goes to strings and throw that fast in time. Messina backhands, throws, got it!
Mattingly makes the catch, throws home, and he's out at the plate.
Ball bounced toward the middle. Schofield reaches it, makes it behind the back flip. They get the force throw to first. It's in time.
Piazza in the inner right field. Larry Walker in foul territory. Now Offerman tagged up on that play. And Walker doesn't know how many outs there were. He gave it. Offerman will go back to third.
Well, wait a minute now. This is something I don't understand. I think Walker gave the ball to a man.
He thought that was the third out.
Yeah, here's the funny part. He goes back to get it, though. That's what's funny. So what if the kid doesn't give it to him?
We all know that imitation is flattery. Sincerely. And baseball is no different.
Vanna could not make the trip tonight, so please welcome our hostess, Mike Vanna Smithson. Here she is, ladies and gentlemen.
Of course, Bo knows no equal. How could anyone dare emulate the man of many skills? Well, we had utility man Bill Pacoda give it a shot.
Pacoda knows pine tar.
Pacoda knows bubblegum.
Pacoda knows water fountains.
Pacoda knows everything.
It seems everybody wants to be a star, and even the stars sometimes want to be other stars.
I love you, man. And I mean that.
Well, blows me down.
Frank Pulley, he's another one of my favorites.
Pulley. He's kind of like the Rocky of the umpires. He'll be behind the plate and he'll go,
Pop them up! Can you believe it?
The big screen out there, and the train comes on. Starts getting our hitters going, you know, choo, 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 choo. And then I'll kind of sit in the dugout, and as soon as the train whistle gets ready to go, I'll kind of lean back and go,
Oh, yeah. Oh, Quebec. Our man here, Al. Oh, yeah, Al Troutwick, brother. You know, Tony, you've been going home at night, but our man Al, he's been hitting the gym. He's been out all night long hitting the jumper. Yeah. He's shooting free throws. He's jumping rope, Tony. He's taking his vitamins. He's saying his prayers, brother. Yeah, Tony, what are you going to do when the 14-inch pythons are wrapped around you?
Since players seem to get their kicks by being someone else, we've sought to strip the uniform from these guys and track down what really makes them tick. We did this by asking them very innocent questions, layups. And since the questions span 20 years, we've got a lot to chew on.
Right now, I'm a big Christopher Cross fan. I'm a big Blondie fan.
I like disco. I like rock. You know, I like John Lennon. You know, I like John Lennon. He's pretty good. And I like Paul McCartney, Maxine Nightingale. I like a lot of them.
Who else would do Springsteen?
Boy George might even be all right. I guess I got to go along with a clean-living guy like Lionel Richie.
Frank Sinatra.
David Bowie.
Frank Sinatra. Motley Crue.
If I had my fantasy, I'd like to be Huey Lewis.
Kind of like the way Neil Diamond sings.
Billy Ocean.
Grover Washington Jr.
Wouldn't mind being Billy Joel right now. I think that would be nice.
The very first job I ever had was pumping gas.
I made about $3.50 an hour, and I was cleaning crawfish at home.
I know I worked in Kentucky Fried Chicken when I was in high school. You know, that's how I paid for my prom and everything.
My first paying job was I was a visitors clubhouse kid with my brother Fred. We took on the job together. We shined shoes, we hung up uniforms, we washed clothes. We took care of all the players' needs. We ran to the concession stand for hot dogs and popcorn. That was the first time I had a little bit of money in my pocket, a little bit of money in the bank.
I think I'd like to be Johnny Olsen on The Price is Right, because I've always wanted to say, come on down!
I'd just like to appear on Dynasty one time so I could slap Joan Collins.
If I could cut my hair like Mr. T and put on all the gold necklaces and the rings and the bracelets, I feel that I can do just as good a job as he can.
I'd like to be Magnum. He gets all the girls, he's in Hawaii, he's driving around a Ferrari. Seems to having a lot of fun, that'd be great.
I'd like to be Richard Dawson of Family Feud. Yeah, I think it's just great when you can go around and kiss any young lady and not be rejected. See, I get rejected a lot when I try to kiss on women.
Dr. J in basketball. Rodney Dangerfield for one day.
San Diego Chicken.
I'd like to be a dog.
President of the United States. Probably a bag boy at Super Value.
A gospel singer.
Probably an actor. I mean, I've got the looks of Robert Redford, right?
And David Hulse starred in that famous Twib sequel, Angels in the Dugout.
He gets fisted and fights it off toward the Angel dugout.
I think he's decided he's headed for the ninth. Yeah, he's gone.
See you guys.
Again, slapped that way. Same spot. Uh-oh.
Keep it in your holster now, buddy.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, with the 0-2 pitch. Same spot almost.
You're going to call in the curses down.
That's it.
How about one more?
We get Narrated going just a little harder. Still 0-2. Oh, he threw it harder. He just got it in his hand. Can't help but laugh about something like that. There's one between the white lines. Luis Arcina throws out David Holtz. Well, I think it's safe.
There's the bunt. That could be trouble as Petrie. No, Stevie dives in and beats it. Good effort by Steve Lyons.
That'll be a base hit right there. Good job. I'll tell you one thing, not a bad defensive play either by the Tigers.
Did you see that? He's going to get the dirt out, and all of a sudden he unbuckled his pants and they fell down.
One of life's
the face is about the same color as the bill of that cap right now.
Well, as you can see, baseball is often confusing.
He thought the ball at his feet
was the ball in play.
Was the ball in play, and he slapped his own glove thinking he had missed the catch when in essence he had it.
That is weird. That is a very weird play.
But then, baseball has a way of making any situation as embarrassing as 1, 2, 2.
High ball to left. Buck is back, makes the play. Bobby's going to go all the way. Cook, I think, lost track of the outs, and the Pirates are tied the game. John Cook held the ball on the warning track. Bonilla was going to move up, and Gene Lamont saw that and said, come on, let's go.
There goes Mosby. Picked a good pitch to go on. Terrible throw. Mosby doesn't know where the throw is. He's going back to first base. Is he going to steal first? He steals first. Now he's going to steal second again. I've never seen it before.
Where's Abbott and Costello when you need him?
Stillwell goes after the first one, and it's a lazy fly ball for Claudel Washington. So Finley gets out of the situation. And confusion on the field is not a lot of the Angels knew there were 2 outs. Claudel Washington at least felt that there was only 1 out.
Orozco came in and finished out the ball game a little shaky. Didn't get a save because of the rules. He did not pitch 3 innings, and he came in with out the on-deck batter being a batter that he would face in his next approach to pitching to the hitters.
Bob Engel thinks it's strike 3. Robert, you're thinking about that favorite restaurant. The count is 3-2. Houston players are leaving the field. The count should be 3-2. Bob Engel embarrassed this time. He's trying to keep from laughing and smiling. The most decisive second strike ever called.
Well, not even umpires are perfect. But over the past 20 years, TWIB has featured a number of pitchers with seemingly perfect control. And then there are those pitchers who seem out of control. The madmen of the mound, for whom every base runner is potential danger, and any possible pitch an imperfect stranger. It's important that a pitcher and catcher always agree. Sometimes catchers forget that they're the catcher. There are times it doesn't matter, like when you're catching a knuckleball, a la Gino Petralli, and his record 6 passed balls in 1 game.
The Tigers are finding out that on some days against the knuckleball, you don't have to swing the bat to score runs.
It could make no difference how bad you pitch. Bats in the belfry? No, bats in the ball's way. The 1993 All-Star Game was a classic case of predator and prey. Randy Johnson was the hunter, and it was John Krupp who prayed.
When I stepped in the box, I said, all I want to do is make contact. And after the first pitch, I said, all I want to do is live. And I lived. So I had a good at-bat.
Pitchers generally have no problem throwing the ball. But when they're on the receiving end, look out!
Oh, oh, look out. Young's going. There's a pitch. Oh, the throw hits the pitcher.
There goes Ozzie. Swung on and missed. On his knees, Piazza hit Candiotti in the fannies. Now this is really a dandy.
A pitcher's greatest fear is not getting hit by a throw, rather taking a whack at the crack of the bat. But isn't it just like a pitcher to still get the last laugh?
Up the middle, kick save. Aguilera, can he make the play? Yes!
As the great Mel Allen might say, man alive, how about that? For 20 years, we've brought you baseball's greatest outfield plays. In fact, this catch by Gary Maddox was our first. And now, we've picked the best of the best. Coming at you, in your face.
Talking. I love Twib notes. Okay.
Well, our Twib note
this week in baseball.
Well, we love it too, Jerry. Especially when 20 years of weather gives us such fodder for fun. Like the football frigid air of the first few frozen weeks. The flakes that give way to the monsoons of spring.
And it is starting to pour.
It is. And here you can see the dugout said this is the hardest rain he has ever seen in Baltimore.
I think it's like Niagara Falls, the way it's coming into the dugout. And of course, that is the dugout.
Baseball fans rarely make waves about the weather, but players, they have a different perspective. And when the fog creeps in on those little spiked feet, it's time for baseball to beat a hasty retreat.
They're going to have Bonds hit a pop-up and see if they can catch it.
There's a lone figure standing out in right field, and only he knows who he is. There goes one. Now, let's see where that is. I have no idea where it is. It was into the seats.
The heat brings out the fans, but the sun brings out the worst in guys trying to make a stand. But when you're trying to play baseball, or watch it for that matter, there's nothing quite so distracting as the wind. The kind of wind that gives the baseball a mind all its own.
There's a high pop-up. That wind will take it to right. Look at Tarnable.
Something tells me we're not in Pittsburgh anymore.
Isn't this something? Dust and papers swirling onto the field, all-star ballots. Wow. It's like a mini tornado out there.
This looks like a scene out of a Humphrey Bogart movie.
Well, you never know what you're going to see.
But you know that it's an ill wind that's blowing pretty darn good when you can't even stay in the batter's box.
If I'm going to be McDowell, I'm grabbing onto one of Cecil's legs, holding on for dear life. If it gets any tougher, guarantee you Cecil's not going anyplace. Canseco, a towering pop, but this ought to be interesting. It's coming back toward first base. Fielder can't get it. This is actually maybe the first time that I recall they're going to call a game on the wind. The umpires are now, they're going to stop it.
Well, even on a clear day, walls can be a hazard. And as we've discovered, Lo, these past 20 years, if you can't beat them, well, sometimes you just gotta go through them. Oh, you could probably always go over them. But the fact is, most walls leave you no choice. Home. That's the place to be in baseball.
Hatcher may not make it alive. It's there somewhere.
How you get home is open to interpretation and improvisation. Take, for instance, Gary Pettis and his ever-alert third base coach, who caught the Texas Rangers napping with a backdoor, nobody's home approach. Just one of many delightful, daring dashes.
Breaking ball, grounder. Marshall lets Jeffries get it, toss to Cone, he tags the bag. And they say safe. Watch the runner, he's not watching the runner. The runner scores. And Cone's still arguing. Here comes the second runner. The second runner scores. I don't believe I just saw that. I don't believe it.
There's another ball. It scoots over near the Phillies dugout, and this ball is going to try to, it stays on the lip, and Schmidt's going to try to come home. Oh my goodness! I have never in my life seen that.
There's 2 men at third. The throw to the plate is in plenty of time to get 1 and get 2. Can you believe it? That's up the middle, base hit. Maddox makes a turn. Here comes the throw. It's going to be close. He's going to move. He has a set. He didn't touch it. This is bizarre, folks. This is bizarre.
Base hit right field, but they're going to have to hold Jeltz in third. Going now, the ball gets away from O'Neill. He kicks it to Benzinger. No, I do not believe it. The absolute all-time play I may have ever seen. Now right here, he is, after he bobbles it, hits on the heel of his glove, off the hand, off the shoulder, off the head. Watch this. Boom! You will never ever again see this, so take a look.
Like Paul, we also get our kicks from a trip to the ballpark. But how about a trip at the ballpark? Here are 20 years of fall classics. fancy feet and flexible fingers are both attributes of one Ozzie Smith, whose barehanded catch and throw tops our palm ball bonanza.
Holy cow, what a play! I never saw that play before.
Never.
Off the bag, nice play, Karras.
And Ben Sheldon was there. The ball was deflected and caught by Al Martin. Nice going.
And that's sliced to left field, and it's another chance for Mitchell, and he makes a barehanded catch!
In my entire life, I've never seen that happen.
I have a feeling you're not alone.
You gotta be kidding me.
You know, baseball is the kind of game that demands your attention. You never really know who's on your side. Like the three-man lift, where you put a gullible, unsuspecting victim in the middle and two big, strong guys on the outside who say they're gonna lift him up. The guy in the middle then gets doused. At least, that's how it's supposed to work.
I've seen it 100 times, and they get better every time. And this one was kind of special because the guy that set it up was the guy that got buried. He'd been there before, and he wanted to be in on the middle of it. He wanted to be one of the guys on the outside, and he was our main focus. We buried him. We didn't worry about the guy who was in the middle that was supposed to get the brunt of it. We worried about the guy who set it up. It was great.
I was a sucker for it, not only once, but twice.
Practical jokes have always been a big part of TWIP. Like the night in Toronto, when Joe Carter and his cohorts tried to give away Derek Bell's own personal truck.
Derek Bell's Jeep. And the winning ticket number is section 123, row 7, seat 1. Section 123, row 7, seat 1. Congratulations.
We even pulled a joke or two ourselves, like the time we set up Kirk McCaskill, self-proclaimed ping-pong champ of the White Sox clubhouse, by interjecting a world-class ringer disguised as a member of the media.
You got your money? I got my money on Kirk. Take your paddle. Take your pick.
I'll take this one. I'll take his pedal.
Like New York State champ or something like that?
Not at all.
All right, let's go.
I've never been to New York.
This guy, let me play. Give me the money now. Give me your money now. Kill him.
Poor McCaskill never stood a chance.
Let me off my money. That man, that's how you are. I know, he's got that 70. Kurt.
Pretty good.
We got 70 style. Who you play?
Yeah, I'm one of the best in Chicago.
Is that your asshole? This week of baseball.
But the cream of the crop might have been Frank Viola's public humiliation at the hands of his cutting-edge teammates.
Frank Viola will be going for his 20th win here if he gets that shaving cream off the top of his hat.
The funny thing was, when I was going in the top of the inning, when I have a tendency to take my hat off and fix my hair and put the hat back on. I did it 3 times before I went out in the mound, and the shaving cream never came off the top of the hat.
It was sort of embarrassing for Frank. He had this, this dot on his head of shaving cream, and he didn't know it. And just knowing Frank, like we all know Frank, we knew he'd laugh when he eventually found out, but nobody really wanted to tell him.
So I got out there to start the inning, and I'm walking out there to warm up, and I look over at the umpire, and he's laughing at me. I go, what the heck are you laughing at? And he wouldn't say anything at first.
Right back to the mound. Good stab by Mel Allen. Runs most of the throw. What? This is a classic. This is going to lead this week in baseball. The ball stuck in his glove, and that's why he ran so far at first. He couldn't get it out, and then he attempted to lob it with his glove hand, and the glove went with it. And Brindley caught them both.
Fastball tapped at the plate. It'll trickle down the third baseline. The Mariners are going to let it roll.
Lenny Randall gets down on his hands and knees and blows on it like a curler. You don't think that'll make This Week in Baseball, do you?
Oh, I think it may lead it off. It may lead it off.
That was one play you probably thought you'd never see again on TWIB. But 5 years later, Kevin Seitzer tried the same thing with somewhat less successful results. Foul balls had given This Week in Baseball more than its share of ammunition these past 2 decades. For as Mike Schmidt will tell you, you just never know what you're gonna catch when you go fishing for one. Or for that matter, what might pop up.
Now that is just a taste of the sort of involvement that Don Mattingly wants to get from fans who come to Yankee Stadium.
Sometimes those fans get a little too involved. They'd be wise to leave the fine art of foul balls to the pros.
Go! 1, 2, 3, and...
We think that's one of the finest catches a catcher has ever made.
Fair or foul, not everyone who works at the ballpark gets the exposure the players do. So many folks toil in anonymity. The support staff, we salute you. For in truth, it is your burning desire to make sure everything goes smoothly that makes you such easy targets.
Well, I tell you, Rick Sutcliffe, maybe stories in the paper about him being retiring, but look, he's still playing tricks on the new Bat Boys.
Now, Rick Sutcliffe has sent out the youngster to find the missing key to the batter's box. And Paul Runge is going to send him around to all the umpires. They're in on this, and the young man is learning that maybe the key to the batter's box is an elusive thing at the major league level.
They locked the keys in the bullpen guy, and as soon as he saw the camera on him, he said, how embarrassing.
I don't think he realizes, the San Diego Bat Boy, that he has been had in the dugout.
Hard shot, hit foul down the first baseline. What happened? It went in his hood.
Ball went right past him.
He has no idea where it's at. Now a fan is letting him know. There it is, and the fan got it.
He had it in the back of his jacket. He didn't know where it was.
And the fan thanks him. Nice job.
Some players aren't remembered so much for their sparkling career as they are for a remarkable achievement. Like, for instance, former amateur hockey goalie Jack Lazorko, whose moment in the sun is worth keeping on ice.
Hit back up the middle. Nice play by Lazorko. Oh, we talked about that earlier. What a cat he is on the mound. And going to try to bunt again. Lazorko, you're not going to get it by him. 2 great plays by Lazorko. Right back at Lazorko. He does it again. Glove save. Boy, he looked like a hockey goalie, didn't he, going down that time?
Oh, he does it again. Again, Jack Lazorko. Well, I'll tell you, don't hit anything up the middle today.
And Webster hits it fair down the right field line and into the corner and into the Giants bullpen through the fence. The door was open. That's classic. I mean, you'll be seeing this shot for years to come. The door was open. You talk about closing the barn door after the damage was done. Oh, that's a classic.
Well, over the past 20 years, we've tried to be everywhere, and we've witnessed almost everything that can happen on the baseball field, or for that matter, in the stands. More than 76,000 games have been played since This Week in Baseball first went on the air. And from those games, we've managed to come up with a few things that we're pretty certain we've seen only once.
Gladden stepped out. McClelland apparently told him to get back in, motioned for Hudson to throw the pitch, and he was called out. What a bizarre out.
They want Yuppie off the Dodger dugout. He's bugging the Dodger players, and third base umpire Bob Davidson is throwing Yuppie out of the ball game. We've seen it all now, huh?
I was running in. You want to be honest? Okay, I'll be honest. I was running in one time, my cups fell off, you know what I mean? My jackstrap broke, and my cups rolling down my leg. I'm trying to... Fans looking at me like, what's wrong with this guy, you know? And I'm trying to hold my cup up till I get in the dugout, and that was embarrassing, man.
There goes Gibson. Bouncing ball, hit and run. It bounces off his helmet. Gibson coming to third, and they have him in a rundown. Walker running Gibson back to second. Salazar lays on a tag. Yes, they say he got him. Can you believe that play? The ball hit Gibson's helmet as it was sneaking through the infield.
Gibson can't believe it, and the fact that Kirk Gibson doesn't have a lot of hair probably aided the Cubs.
He wanted to call time on that pitch and nails it to deep left. Can you believe that? Incredible. He wanted to call timeout. He didn't get it. Swung the bat and hit out of the park. A 3-run homer.
Watch this. The bat, the ball, and Garcia arrive at third base at the same time.
That's weird.
Goes right side again. Kurt Schilling with another base hit. McGee tries to throw back. Oh my God! It hit him right in the head. Are you kidding me? It hit Kurt Schilling right in the head. He never saw it. Thank God for batting helmets.
David Cohn has just come into the back of our booth to tell me he can swing the bat. Check the stats there, Cohn.
143, and that's a hard one.
There he is right here, folks. Oh, it's a hard 143.
I've seen a side of Chris Sabo that you don't ordinarily see, do you?
He's obviously going to fly out.
Another breaking ball, skied to left. And this ball is going to... It hit a bird!
You believe that?
Bird! I've never seen that. The ball hit a bird. It is a free ball.
And Santana has a bird in his hand. She doesn't like it.
Well, okay. Ricky Henderson also hit a bird. But it's a rare sport that can claim 2 birds in the hand and just 1 career stolen base by Cecil.
Cecil's running. He struck him out, and he did it. Hey, for stolen. He did it for Cecil. Get that ball. Get that base. And he's getting a standing ovation now from this crowd. Look at it. All right.
It's been a great 2 decades, and we've just about seen it all. But of all the bloopers that have passed our way, from bunk birds to bizarre plays, one stands out among the rest. This Week in Baseball presents the 20-year blooper, the mother of all bloopers.
High fly ball, right field deep. Canseco back to the track, looking out. It is off his head, it looked like, and over the top. A home run. That looked like it hit Canseco to the top of the head. We'll have to check the replay. It did. He went over the fence. David Hull's laughing out there, so it must have hit something funny.
It hit Canseco in the head and bounced over the wall for a homer. Look at this. Boink. And it's out of here.
Head and shoulders above the rest. 20 years sure go by fast, and we owe it all to you.
Hi, I'm Peter Gavetta of the Texas Rangers. Catch all the Major League action on this week. No, on what?
This is Dan Gladden.
And this is Robbie Thompson.
We never...
Catch all the action of Major League Baseball. No.
I'm Mike Scott of the Houston Astros. Catch all the action of this week. Hey, let me see that again. I'll never get through this.
We never miss This Week in Baseball.
On this station.
On this station or channel?
Station. On this station.
God, I'm having trouble with this one.
Get Bert Convy for this stuff.
We never watch This Week in Baseball, so don't you watch it.
No, it's This Week in Baseball.
I understand you're going to watch This Week in Baseball. Make no bones about it. I understand it's a doggone good show. Right, Shotzi? She's supposed to go woof, but you can't have everything.
Doop, 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 doop.
Camera guy's got the ball, and he's going to pick out a youngin' to give it to. Good move. And his brother's angry.
How come he gets one and I don't?
That's a Norman Rockwell right there.
He's got the ball. He's got the best of both worlds. Nice going, Dad.
The big bully stole the ball and knocked the hot dog. I think he'd trade that ball right now for the hot dog he lost.
And a fan with a catch upstairs.
Dropped his son and caught the ball. Look at the crying son. How's that one?
He scared him a little bit, I think.
Hey man, In the Zone is wired. Our cyber-based segment will plug you in and make your favorite baseball fantasy come true.
Welcome to Fantasy Island. Want to have dinner with Tommy Lasorda? Play wiffle ball with Liddy Dykstra? Arm wrestle with Frank Thomas? Who knows what might happen? Because your dream is our reality.
In the Zone, a baseball show for the Fox generation. In the Zone, Saturday following Fox Kids.